So I'd like you please to relax, to close your eyes, and we're going to alter our state of consciousness through a little procedure that I put together called the countdown method. It allows us to focus our energies in the right direction in preparation for meditation, for effective meditation. So, become still in your physical body and concentrate your physical mind now on the number 10. And you can see that number in whatever typeface you want. You can see it as a number. You can see it as a word. You can see it in any color you want, any size you want. You can look at it from the top, from the bottom, from the side, from the back. But concentrate on the 10 and on nothing else. And you will feel, as you concentrate on the 10, your energies changing. You're becoming peaceful. Now, please magic that number away in your mind's eye and replace it with the number 9. 9 takes you deeper into an altered state of consciousness, a higher state of consciousness. And do the same thing with the number 9. See it in color, see it in a different typeface, see it as a written number or an actual number. Every time, or if your mind decides to wander, say, thank you, I'll deal with that later, and move your attention back to that number. Now, magic away, disappear the number 9 and replace it with a number 8. And do the same thing with the number 8, feeling, realizing that you are moving away from the material world as you do this, that you are entering a higher vibration, a higher state of being, as you look at the number 8 from all possible angles, all possible illustrations. Now, take away the number 8 and replace it with the number 7. Everything is becoming quiet and peaceful, and divine energy is filling your spirit, filling your body, filling your mind, peace and light. As you gently replace the number 7 with the number 6, almost halfway there. A big change in how you're feeling, a big change in the energies within you. A big change in the peace is washing over you and through you. Inspiration is from higher vibrations is washing over you and through you as you replace the number 6 with the number 5. So quiet, so calm, so peaceful. Replace the number 5 with the number 4. You are infused with healing energies, with restorative energies, with ordered, harmonious energies from the divine heart. As you replace the number 4 with the number 3. Very, very peaceful now. Very peaceful, very calm. And you replace the number 3 with the number 2. Almost ready for a visualization, almost ready to go somewhere as the spirit that you really are. As you replace the number 3 with the number 2 and the number 2 with the number 1. Concentrate on the number 1 for a moment and then let it go. You are now operating as the spirit that you really are. And as the spirit that you really are, in your imagination now, I want you to stand up out of your physical body. So you leave your physical body sitting in the chair, in the sanctuary, and you stand up as the spirit you are, still connected to that physical body by an electromagnetic cord of light. but ready to go on a little journey. So having stood up from your physical body, I'd like you in your imagination to walk over to the door of this room and to open the door of this room. Now, on a physical level, the door of this room connects to the cafe beyond. But you're not on a physical level, and you find that standing in the doorway as you open it is a spirit person. They look dignified and luminous. And one moment you think you're looking at a wise old man. The next, it's as though you're looking at a wise old woman. The next, it's as though you're looking at a child that has such wisdom behind their eyes. And the next, as though you're looking at light, an embodiment of love and peace and permanence. Now, through the doorway, behind this spirit, is not the room you saw on a physical level, but you can see instead a vast space filled floor to ceiling with books. Hundreds, thousands, perhaps millions of books, shelf after shelf of books. And you now step through the door and into this space with the spirit, and you find yourself in an incredible, a beautiful, a wondrous library. The spirit, let's call him or her the librarian, leads you deeper into this vast area, and you marvel at shelf after shelf of beautifully bound books lining the walls of this high-ceilinged, vaulted library. Light streams in through stained glass windows, colouring the interior of this room. And there are freestanding bookshelves situated between the walls too, supporting, offering even more books to visitors. The spirit, the librarian, leads you now to the far end of the room, where the end wall has been partitioned off into cosy, private little cubicles. Each of these cubicles comprises of a portion of the end wall, plus left and right-hand partitions, with the remaining aspect of each cubicle being open to the main vast library room. And the spirit invites you to step into one of these cubicles. You do so, and you see that there's a large, ornate, beautifully bound book sitting open on a lectern in the center of the cubicle. And behind the lectern is a plush stand chair, which the spirit invites you to sit on. You do so, and the spirit takes the book from the lectern and places it open in your hands. And you look at the open pages of the book, and you see on the right-hand page an index of chapters. Lots of chapter headings, lots and lots of them. As you look down the list, you feel compelled to turn to one of these chapters. One seems to leap out of the page at you. And you discover that there is no need to search for the correct page, as the pages suddenly and automatically flip over to the ones you want, to the chapter you want in your hands. Now, the chapter you have chosen begins with a double-page spread. On the left-hand page is a beautiful illustration, a work of art, a silhouette of a human being surrounded by and streaming out pure rays of light. Perhaps the figure is male. Perhaps the figure is female. As you look at the figure, it seems to alternate between the two. On the right-hand page are the words opening this particular chapter, this particular life that you have lived, because the figure in the illustration is you. Because this is the book, the record of your life. Actually, the book of all your lives on earth. Now, you don't need to look at the words to take them in. You know that the life being described in those words has been one of yours in the past. The pages of the chapter flip over one by one in your hands. And as they do so, you feel yourself reconnecting with the knowledge and experience that that life added to you as a spirit. The link between you as you are now and the you that was then is strengthened, bringing to you light and knowledge and wisdom from that life that will help you with your present life. Just for a moment, in the silence, absorb what that life is donating to you. Don't worry if it doesn't translate itself into words or concepts. The wisdom from that life will go deeper than that and will affect you in the days to come. Now, I'd like you to mentally choose another chapter. Think of another chapter. And you'll find that the pages of the book turn again, automatically, to a new double-page spread. And you discover the same illustration is there on the left-hand page. This is you again, but from a different life. This is you living another life. And again, the pages of the chapter flip over without you needing to touch them. Again, the knowledge and spiritual evolution gained during that life reconnects with you. It's yours. Nobody can take it away from you. And the wisdom and spiritual insights gained during that life are infusing you once again. You're reconnecting with them. You're adding to your wisdom in this life. I'd like you now to spend a couple of minutes in silence, allowing the various chapters from your past lives to reintegrate with you, to penetrate the darkness of the earth plane, the denseness of the earth plane that has masked your past and vast experiences, and to reconnect your present consciousness with who and what you really are, a complete spirit that has lived many times and, as a result, has gained so much spiritual experience and so much wisdom. I'll leave you for a couple of minutes to turn over those chapters whenever you feel like you want to visit a new one. And each time allow and be confident that the lessons of that life, the wisdom of that life, are reconnecting with you, and that you are benefiting from them, and that you will take them away later today to help you with your present life on earth. And now, I'd like you please to turn to the last pages of the book. And there you will discover something wonderful. Because as you look at what at first appear to be blank pages at the very back of your book of lives, you find that words, writing, is appearing on those pages. And you realize that your book is still being written, and that you are adding those words, you're adding wisdom, you're adding experience to its pages every second in living your current life on earth. Now, the librarian who accompanied you into this vast room earlier and into this cubicle returns to the entrance to your cubicle, steps into it, smiles at you, and gently takes this big, beautifully bound book from your hands and places it back on the lectern. As they do so, a perfect miniature duplicate of your book, about the size of a paperback book, just the right size to fit into your pocket or your bag, appears in the Spirit's hands, and they hand it to you. You take it from them, then you stand and you follow the librarian out of the cubicle. As they lead you back to the entrance of this vast room that leads to the Persian room at the sanctuary, they gesture to the walls. They want you to look at the walls and the freestanding shelves all around you. And you see that there are hundreds, thousands, millions of books in this library. And each one appears to be alive, because it is. Each one appears to be giving out light, because it is doing. And you can hear the sounds of millions of life experiences being written into those books second by second, word by word, as a result of the Spirit's living those lives. What a wonderful, what a thrilling experience. You understand at this point that no life on earth is without meaning. And each of these books being written is contributing to and will contribute to the experience of spirits in higher vibrations. The Spirit escorts you slowly, peacefully back to the doorway to this room. And you move over from the doorway of the Persian room across to where your physical self is sitting. You, as a spirit, for a moment, stand facing your physical self. You see the electromagnetic cord that connects you to your physical self, and then you turn around and you sit back down in your imagination within your physical self. And at this point, in your imagination, you take the paperback version of the book of your lives you were given by the Spirit, and you put it in a pocket, or you put it in your bag, and we'll be returning to it later in the day. And now, slowly and peacefully, and in your own time, you can begin the return to physical consciousness in the material world by first visualizing the number 1. There's the number 1, the first number in bringing you back to a material level of consciousness. So concentrate solely on the number 1 and then replace it. Magic it away and replace it with the number 2. Concentrate on the number 2. You are gently extricating yourself from the higher vibration you've been in as you take away the number 2 and replace it with the number 3. Concentrate for a moment on the number 3. You are making reconnections with the material world, with your physical self, as you magic away the number 3 and replace it with the number 4. Almost halfway back to everyday consciousness as you replace the number 4 with the number 5. But it doesn't mean because you're coming back to a material world that you have to come back into the cacophony of the material world. You can bring with you the peace and the light that you discovered in the library and in the book of your lives as you dissolve away the number 5 and replace it with the number 6. Take away the number 6, replace it with the number 7. Almost back now. Magic away the number 7 and replace it with the number 8. Take away the number 8, replace it with the number 9. Almost back in your normal earthly state of mind and body now, as you replace the number 9 with the number 10. Concentrate for a moment on the number 10, and then let it gently fade away, and slowly and in your own time, without haste, return yourself to the Persian room in the sanctuary.